So Rocky Central breaks down into this. There's Central and Rocky. So I race in Rocky Mountain a lot. I know Hans does, Greg does, others in here have done so. And then the Central Division breaks down into these regions, and those are the borders. So this is why we call this the Region 2 Championship, because it's kind of the central part of the region. The Region 3 and 4 we kind of blend together because there's really not a whole lot of people in Region 4 that race. Most of those guys travel and gals travel northeast and race, people in Ohio particularly. But there's a lot of racers that join in Region 3, some of them are here today. So, but that lake gets in the way, so it's tough. We're going to try to break that mold and have a Region 3-4 championship maybe next year, we'll see. So the Region 1 championship is at the end of the year at Spirit Mountain, as you guys know. So that's why we call it the Region 2 championship. And we hope to keep it here for a long time. So what is Midwest Masters? So just a couple really important things I want to really press home. So a lot of people think that Midwest Masters is a whole separate group of people. It's not. Everyone in this room, with probably hardly any exceptions, or few exceptions, has some league that they're primarily racing in, be it Wilmot, or GPST, or Ski Challenge, or Midwest Race League, or Tyrol Basin, or MAC. Everybody's got their home hill. Every Masters racer has that. Midwest Masters is not a group of racers. You guys are Masters racers. So that's kind of a mold I'm trying to break. Because a lot of people are hesitant to race with Masters because they think it's a whole separate group of people that they're not a part of. It's not true at all. Anyone who's an adult is a Midwest Masters racer. So if you talk to somebody and they're scared, they think it's all a bunch of people who are way faster than they are. There's Kevin.
We're back. We're -1. He has to spend the night.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go change it back.
Okay. So if you're ever talking to somebody, you guys know what Masters racing is all about. Several of you in this room race all over the country. Let them know that it's for everyone. And everyone who races Masters, almost everyone, races in some other league first. They're local. So we're not a competing league. We're a fully licensed USSA Alpine Masters Club and also a NASCAR club. So the GSs tomorrow will also score as a NASCAR race. So you'll see those on your NASCAR results. I am a national pace setter. I set the course for Ted Ligety in the Copper Mountain. Yay. And so last year, I was scared to go up and talk to him. I had the results on my phone. So he's there at the start, and I beat him last year. But Ted had a bad back last fall, and he kind of pushed out of the gate, just ski down and went back up to do whatever training he was doing. So everybody. So I was ready to go up to the gate. So Ted, here's last year, and this is me. So he kicked my butt. My NASCAR handicap is a 9.63 off of Ted Ligety. So they vary widely. What was that?
Your soda handicap is 5.
Yeah, Ski Challenge handicap's at 5, so they don't really line up. But 100% volunteer, 501c3 not-for-profit organization. We have our number. We worked hard to get that a number of years ago. 4 voting board members. We also have lots of people who help out. I mentioned myself, Mike, Bridget Fox, and Todd Schneider are 4 current voting board members. We also have Janie Giuliani helps represent us for Region 3 and 4. We've got Lee who helps out a ton. There's Ben Hallen who helps with sponsorships. There's a large number of people who help us as well that are kind of ancillary helpers. About 20 plus at-large representatives. There's about 20 plus, there they are. Gary Moss, he helps us coordinate the Copper Camp every year. And Kevin, of course. Jack Thune helps out. In our race crew, we got about 20-ish volunteers who help on the race crew. Fully licensed USSA coaches. I'm one. Mike is one. A couple others. Todd Schneider's working to get his TD license. I have the TD today, but I'm technically not a TD because we can get away with that in masters. They're not as hardcore about it. Fully licensed USSA officials. Another specialist, timing accounts, results, course setting, safety. But in the end, our mission is to make your experience as a e-racer way more enjoyable. So we hope we do that with races like this. We hope we do it with things like the Cosmic Camp that many of you attend. We help to make it less expensive to go out west to try it downhill. So some people in this room, we'll talk about Ski Cooper a little later, attended that event this year, and I hope they had a blast. Common questions. How to know timing of stuff on the hill. So we have that whiteboard that you saw. Hopefully you guys use that. So depending on who the race director is, we kind of rotate. We keep that updated. That's the first place you should look. The next thing you should look for is somebody who's race crew. A lot of us wear the race crew jacket, so look for that. And we have radios. So you don't have to just find me. So there's lots of people who can help, and we've got radios so we can communicate. Start lists and classes. So hopefully all of you know how that works now. Our classes right now are based on age. They're 5-year increments except age class 1, which is below age 30, all the way down to 18. And the start lists are work based on those classes. The first run start order goes, so women go first and then men go. And it's, the first run is, I believe it's youngest to oldest, or oldest to youngest. Oldest to youngest. So then the second run order, if we're running slalom or GS, or Super G, if you run Super G, we've got varying different ways of doing that. What we used today was what we call our BIBO, it's kind of the nickname we use for it. But we take the top 14 or 15% of the entire field, the fastest people, regardless of their age or their gender, and put them in that elite class after class 8. We've been doing that for many years. We introduced another type a couple of seasons ago that's popular, and instead of doing that elite class, after age class 8, basically everybody above age class 8 and older, they always run in that order. The second run, they'll go fastest to slowest or slowest to fastest for the second run. Those, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember, I'm not in that age class yet. But that's how it works. What was that?
Should be if you're not reading.
Yeah.
You can't remember that age class anyway.
Yeah. Ken's an 8. So once you're there, you've earned that early start order. We're always going to keep that the way it is. But the other start order that we have is where we do a complete flip of the second run. So we take slowest, regardless of age or gender, after age class 8, we just run everybody just like the World Cup. If you watch the World Cup, that second run, they take the 30 qualifiers and flip them slowest to fastest. Creates a lot of drama at the finish. So it's kind of fun because we can watch. Everybody can watch everybody else come down, except for the first few people. So, or the last few people, I should say. So that's the other one that we use. But again, if you have ideas on run orders that you think are good, let us know. So there's actually a survey form on everybody's table, and there should be pens. If you have some thoughts or opinions and want to just write it down on there, you can do so. And then there's this basket over here. Is that where we're putting? Yeah, the basket. In the basket over here, just put it in there. You don't have to put your name on it or anything. And we love good ideas, and it was a great idea, and nobody shoots any holes in it because sometimes we'll do it. So we're not afraid of new ideas. Where are results? So we're going to have printouts here, obviously, but if you want to find results online, on our website, midwestmasters.org, if you go to the races page, you don't have to log in, technically. I don't think you have to log in with your account, which you all have from racing with us. But if you go to the races page, and there's a drop-down box that might be set to recent races or upcoming races, but you can change it to all, like 2016, 2017 races, and we show all the races, and there's a results link for every single one of them. So that will open up a new window that has age class results and overall results, so you can see all that stuff there. So it'll take us a while to get that up online. We'll probably get it middle of the week. Excuse me. What was that? No, put them on live timing. Oh, well, you can go there. So if they're on live timing, you can go there too. So live timing is the timing system that we use actually can post the results to that website, live-timing.com. So it's basically the same thing that, well, all of USSA uses, but you can find it there.
What is the spotted results?
The what?
The spotted.
Sportage results? Well, we don't technically do sportage like Rocky Mountain does. But I can talk to Doug about that type of thing. Yep, so a sportage result, that's what Winford was asking about. Rocky Mountain does sportage times. It basically weights age as a part of it, and there's a somewhat complex calculation to create. It basically changes your time based on your age. So it weights, so if you're fast and you're older, you're gonna have a very good sportage time. So, but it balances it a little bit more. So we can consider stuff like that too, so. Okay, so any other questions that I didn't hit on? You might have other questions? Okay. Oh, seedless, yeah, good question. Oh, I just skipped over that. Seedless and standing. So we have a seed list on our website too, on our, I think it's on the, yeah, well, MidwestMasters.org takes you there too.
Right.
But that's the system. It's skiracereg.com will take you there too. But MidwestMasters.org will take you to our version of it. So on our, I think it's on the About the Series page. So just dig around in there, but there's a page where there is a seed list posted. And what a seed list is, if you're not familiar with USSA racing, we actually have, we score everybody with every result in one other manner. We call it our ability class scoring system. But if you're familiar with USSA racing, it's a penalty and a race result calculation. So if you race, it's somewhat complex. It's in the comp guide, but basically what it does is it takes into consideration the quality of the field in the race, and then how you did, and then gives you a score for that race. What the seed list is, when you're on it, is the average of the two best results that you've had for that particular discipline. That's how the point system has worked in USSA and FIS and the World Cup at the lower levels since '83 when they developed it, with very few changes. It's a great system. It works very, very, very well. But that's what that represents. So there's a seed list for GS and slalom. So you can see where you stand basically against everybody else that has raced with us. Now, some people may only have one result. You start out with 990 points, so that first result that you get is going to average 990 and 100. So you're going to have 500 or something. Then you get another good result. It's lower and lower and lower and lower. The more you race, the lower it gets. You get good results. So you can get a good result racing well against fast people. It's a good system because, you know, the example I use is I could go race against the entire US ski team and be 10 seconds off the winner. I could race against all you guys, a lot of great skiers here too, but I could be 10 seconds off the winner. Which one was the better result? So that's the fault of typical handicap systems because they don't take into consideration the quality of the field. So I obviously had a much better result when I was 10 seconds off of Michaela, whoever it was that won that race, versus 10.
Is that used anywhere except race where was it? US
The USSA Masters does not use the point scoring system. FIS Masters does. So I put some posts out there on Facebook for the FIS points, and I have FIS Masters points. And Greg does. I'm sure Hans does, and some of you other guys do who have raced FIS Masters. But they use that system.
So for the USA Masters, do they use, how do they do the race order?
The race order is based, it's age class. So, and typically, I believe how it's done is who signs up first within the class. So if you sign up early, you're going to be first in your age class.
Oh, okay.
That's how I actually proposed many years ago to USSA Masters to have a points system. They turned it down. Like right away. They didn't want to even talk about it. But I'm going to bring it up. It will happen. So, other events this season, Ski Cooper. This is an event that's a Rocky Mountain event that that we travel to. It's easy to get there. If you don't know where Ski Cooper is, it's on the other side of Copper Mountain. So you can fly to Denver. It's about an hour to Lake Dillon, and then another, 45 minutes around Leadville. They run downhills there. It's a very friendly hill. Raise your hand if you raced there this year. Doug and Dan went out, Toby went out, Jeff and Tim went out, and Tim went out. Tim's 2 years in a row. So, and who else went years back? Yeah, Scott was there 2 years ago. Yep. So if you ever want to try a speed event, this is the event to go to. It is it's a lot of fun. Talk to Toby, talk to Tim, talk to Dan, talk to Doug. They'll tell you all about it. It's a great time, and it's not incredibly. It's challenging, but it's a great first event. What was that?
It's safe.
Yeah, and it's safe. Well, yeah, all USSA Masters races are run very well. Particularly when it's a downhill event, they are very serious about running the event. So this is no exception. So it's typically over MLK weekend. So we'll be again. It's very economical, I think.
Tim is starting to change. She's starting to change. Look at that. Don't bring it to attention. Everybody ignore what's going on over here. There's nobody behind the curtain.
So all in, this event is very economical. You can race. There's a speed camp before the downhills. There's 2 formal training runs, 2 formal downhills, 2 formal Super Gs, 1 run Super Gs, real Super Gs, and then a slalom.
Do the training.
And yep, definitely do the camp beforehand. You're required to do a downhill training run if you race in the downhill, and you want to anyways, because every run you take, you just get faster. So, but all said and done, plus, if you count the car, the lodging, if you do it through us, it's well under $1,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but for 5 races plus a camp, which includes lift tickets, and includes the training, includes all your race fees, airfare, it's pretty economical. So we'll send more emails about that next year. So if you want to go, Attila. So yeah, speed camp, 2 downhill wins. So we've got actually a downhill inspection run on our YouTube page. I can put that up later so we can watch it. So you can see what the hill actually looks like. Also, this season, in 2 weeks, we're going to be in Chestnut, if you don't know. So we're doing 2 Super Gs there, too, like we did yesterday. 2 slalom, 2 GS. Same format as here, except it's not a championship race, but that's fine. We're still racing. It's on a great hill. Galena, Illinois. If you haven't been there, I don't know